In this video, I'll be starting a new project. I'll be going over the storyboarding and experimenting in Maya. And stay to the end to see the key to starting a project that you will finish. I'm an animator. I've worked on projects like Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, Death Stranding, and Crash Bandicoot 4. This channel is for artists who are hungry for inspiration and accountability, people who are interested in how movies are made, and anyone looking for a good story. If you've been enjoying these videos, please subscribe because it would really help out the channel. Let's start storyboarding. So here's my new project. My first tip for starting a project is to start fast, sloppy, and iterate. I've often heard artists say, it's okay if your storyboard drawings are sloppy. I agree, and I'd go one further and say it's necessary for your storyboard drawings to be sloppy. Because when you're storyboarding, it's like a flow of ideas, and if you're like me, it's like a fire hose of ideas and inspirations just hitting you. So you should draw as fast as the ideas come to you, and your drawings just end up looking sloppy when you're drawing that fast, which is totally fine. And the second reason why it's necessary for your drawings to be sloppy is you're iterating. So why would you do like a nicely polished drawing if the next iteration means you're discarding your previous drawings? It's so hard to throw away the best drawing you've ever did rather than just a stick figure. Oh, I don't even care, I got a better idea, and then you draw your better idea. Another piece of advice, make sure to get some feedback earlier on in the process so it'll help you iterate. It's important to start with why. You have to have a clear reason why you're working on your project, and a clear reason why people should watch your project. And everything you do in the process of creating your art should support your reason why. If you have a strong why, but you're doing things that contradict your why, your strong why becomes irrelevant because you're contradicting yourself. And you can do that accidentally by not thinking through your ideas and making sure that everything's clear and doesn't contradict and is logical. Let me show you my project. The why for this project is YouTube gives you a space where you can have a trailer for your channel. When people go to your channel, a video starts playing, and so they get a better idea of what it's all about. So my why is to show the viewer the personality of my channel, the type of content that they're gonna receive here, and to persuade them to subscribe and continue watching. So let's see what I got. I didn't draw this part, but my idea starts with me acting as if I am doing another anim vlog, and I get distracted and say, oh, I'll be right back. It holds for a second on my monitor, and then the character that I'm about to animate that's still in a T-pose turns his head and says,
Hello there. Hello there.
and then he says, if you like the way I move, and then he swoops to the camera while he's saying the word move. So he lands here, and his hands come out of the screen, and he's finishing saying the word move. Then he says, please subscribe, and points out of the monitor at the subscribe button. And everything about this pose and drawing is pointing the viewer's eye to the subscribe button. He's facing the subscribe button, he's looking at the subscribe button, he's pointing at it. Then he realizes the subscribe button is still red, and he says, oh, I'm not subscribed? So he starts climbing out of the screen and reaches to click the button, and as he's climbing out of the screen, he kind of mumbles to himself, how hypocritical of me. And then he sits down, and the subscriber count goes up one tick, and he goes, wow, thank you. And then boom, it ticks up to 1,000, brrr, and he's just looking back at the audience to the subscribe number, going like, and then boom. The subscriber count grows so much that the zeros hit him in the back, and he goes flying off screen. As he flies off screen, he says, we're gonna need more animators. Or artists. I'll probably say we're gonna need more artists because it's true. A studio isn't just animators. There's riggers, modelers, set design, storyboard artists. So I'll probably say we're gonna need more artists. So yeah, that's my idea. This is a first pass. I plan to iterate a lot on this. Let's move into Maya to see if this idea will work. So I'm choosing Malcolm for this project because I think Malcolm kind of looks like me. He's tall and lengthy and really, really easy to use. And this rig is free, so you can use it as well. I wanted to test the idea of him popping out and saying, if you like the way I move. Of course, I'm still iterating and I'm being sloppy in my posing, and there's some clipping here. But when I go to block out these poses, I'll make this clean and read really clearly. I created this frame here so he has something he can actually put his hands on, and then I'll hide it when I do my final render, but it's really good for reference. When I'm animating, I don't want to have all this. I'll have this for my camera view, but for perspective, I can just animate him interacting with this until he gets out of the monitor and he's ready to click the button and all that stuff. And for the button, I'm going to have little planes with images projected onto it that I can animate and scale, like the click and all that stuff. And I might scale up the size of everything just to make it more cartoony looking. I'll make the subscriber count bigger because that's a part of the story. I'll make YouTube bigger. I'll make this bigger. I'll make everything that's important slightly bigger for clarity. So that's what I did for testing out my idea in Maya. And after doing this, I felt confident that this idea will work and I can continue. I'm going to tell you the key of how to start a project that you will finish. First, let's identify the problem, discover the pattern, and find the solution. If you're like me, then you have a ton of projects you haven't finished yet, but you do have a couple projects that you have finished. What are you doing right in those projects you finished, and what are you doing wrong in all those projects you haven't finished? The key is energy. And I'm not talking about the energy you have in the morning or the energy you have when you drink coffee. I mean creative, inspired energy. The excitement that will keep you up all night. In those projects you start, you're really excited and energized in the beginning. And then your energy level just dwindles away. The way I like to look at it is the projects you don't finish are like lighting a piece of paper on fire. It burns really bright, and then the ash breaks off and doesn't burn through all the paper. What you want to be like is a candle where you light it, it burns bright and burns all the way through the candle. Let's find the candle wax in our work process that'll keep us energized all the way to the end. So the pattern of the projects that I've always finished are projects that I've worked on at school, the assignments I have at work, and the personal projects I've worked on while hanging out with a friend. Why are these the projects that I finish? The pattern is accountability, which is a word that doesn't really give you positive feelings, but it's the key that will keep you inspired and energized all the way through the project. How? This is actually proven by human psychology, which I've been doing a lot of reading about. There's a story in a book I read about a lady that was trying to quit smoking. The only way she was able to quit smoking was telling everybody that she respects the most that she will stop smoking. She literally wrote a note that said, "I promise you, so-and-so, that I will stop smoking," and gave it to everybody that she respected the most. So that makes sense when you look at the projects that I finished from working at school. I was going to anim school, where all of my teachers were professional animators. People that worked at Pixar, people that worked at Disney, people that have worked at Blue Sky. So every week, I'm gonna show these animators who are masters at their craft my animation. That gave me a lot of inspiration and a lot of energy. And then that carries over when you start working. Your lead is an animator that's been working for over 10 years, and you really respect them. And the same goes for the director as well. And when I was working on a personal project with my friend was a really talented animator, and we'd meet up at the library a couple times a week and work on our separate projects together. And that really energized me to finish my projects. So start thinking of ways that will keep you accountable and excited to work on your projects. Have you ever worked on an art project for a crush? If you have, I'm sure you've worked all through the night to get it done. And it might be the best piece of art you've ever made. Everything that happened this year, I had a problem. We're in lockdowns and I have to stay at home most of the time. And I recently moved to this city. I don't know many people. So how do I find a way to keep myself accountable? You're watching it right now. I started uploading YouTube videos consistently. So every week, I know that people like you are gonna watch my videos, and I really respect you. So thank you for giving me the energy and keeping me accountable to finish my projects. So now that you have the key to finish your projects, what projects are you gonna finish? It is scary to show the people that you respect your work. You feel very vulnerable, but that's also the key. People don't realize that vulnerability is strength. Doing something that you're afraid of is courageous. Be courageous, be vulnerable, hold yourself accountable, and tell me, what projects are you going to finish? You don't have to do a vlog, a video format. You can also do a blog. and write about what you're working on every week, or every day, or use images and show screenshots. So I hope this gets the wheel turning for you to think of different ways that you can hold yourself accountable. If you've enjoyed this video, there's a tip jar on the top of my channel page, and in the link in the description. But I understand that money's tight nowadays, but subscribing is free, and would give you updates to my channel, and would make my day. My next video will be another animation vlog. I'll be working on long distance. It will be the part where my character's head comes flying out of the phone. So I'm really excited to start working on that and see what you guys think of it. Thanks for watching. Bye.